then drop them drawers. I know what you want. I ask myself, is this shit real?
Good morning, YouTube. It's your girl Niquey Pooh, and I am back with another video, another story time at that. And as you can see by the title, I'm going to be telling a story about middle school drama that happened as a senior in high school at our grown ages, going through middle school drama. So yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that. And I have bacon. It's turkey bacon, and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna be eating while this video is going on. I don't know if you can see my eyes, but you already know the deal. And there we go. I do have my iPad right here for notes because it's a lot that went on through this. So yeah, I have notes right here. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my iPad. So this girl that I knew, actually it was a friend group. It was a friend group, but this girl that I knew, we were cool for junior and senior year because that's when I went to the career center. Because I went to the career center for cosmetology, and we were in the same class for junior and senior year. So we were cool through that whole time. But like, we never really talked until senior year around this time, which this started happening about like 2 months before that. So, and we got really cool. So I'm still not understanding what the issue is, but that's besides the point. Basically, we had almost every class with each other, and we sat by each other in math class, which is our first period. And we would always talk and turn around and take snaps with each other and just conversate and stuff like that. Share each other's homework. Just friend stuff like that. And I saw her story one day and she was crying, and I asked her what was wrong. And she had told me it had to do with this boy. Oh, and we didn't give him names. We're gonna give the girl that I was cool with, her name's gonna be Salt. And the boy, we're gonna give him the name Snake because he's a fucking snake. That's what he is. So I already kind of knew that Salt liked Snake just because of how like she talked to him and how she would talk about him, and when she is like how she is around him. I was like, yeah, she gotta like him. But at the time, I liked him. But I didn't tell her that because why would I tell her that? Back to what she was telling me, what was wrong with her. So she was telling me that she likes Snake and she doesn't think she likes him back, or he likes her back, or something like that. I don't really remember because I felt the conversation was irrelevant. And so she was telling me that, and I told her that I liked him too. And she was like, oh really? You like him too? I was like, yeah. And we was just talking about him, and I thought we was having a good old conversation about him, but apparently she started getting jealous because I started talking to him, and our relationship grew more than theirs did. And then we left from school that day, and that was that. We were still cool in the afternoon, talking and everything. But every day after that, she would come in and be more distant from me, like move slowly, like away from me. Like
you had,
as in like our friendship. Like I would ask her, is she okay? Is she okay? Is everything okay? I knew she wasn't okay, but I wasn't just gonna be like, oh no, you're not okay. Talk to me about it. What's going on? But she doesn't like to talk, I guess. So I asked her every day, what's going on? And she keeps saying, nothing, everything's fine, with the happy-go-lucky attitude. So I was like, okay, if she says she's fine, she's fine. But I could feel like you're not fine. Something's wrong, and it has to do with me. I automatically assumed it was about Snake, but I didn't want to like push that or force that on her and be like, oh, is it about this or is it about that? I wasn't going to press her about it. If she didn't want to tell me, she didn't want to tell me, but I knew it was about Snake. So yeah, I assumed that it was about Snake, so I just like stopped. At one point, I just stopped checking up on her and asking her, is she okay? I just let her drift off. Excuse me. I just let her drift off and just go her separate ways. Because if you don't want to be friends with me, you don't want to be friends with me. And I'm not going to try to force a friendship on you. Like I may try to be cordial with you, but I'm not about to force a friendship on you. But mind you, as she's drifting off, I keep hearing about her and her other friend, which was a mutual friend of ours. Them two was talking about me. Like, what are you talking about me for? So yeah, come to find out they was talking about me and about this whole situation with Snake, but nobody's coming up to me one-on-one and trying to have a conversation with me. Okay, I felt that was weird. I ignored it because I'm not the type of, if you're talking about me, you talking about me. I'm not going to press you about it. I'm not going to push up on you and try to fight you because you got my name in your mouth. If you want to talk about me, you can talk about me. But 9 times out of 10, she didn't know the whole situation. She didn't get my side of the story before she started talking about me with Salt. And we're going to give the other friend a name because she plays another big role in this whole middle school drama. Her name's going to be Pepperoni because she had a pepperoni face and still does. So Salt and Pepperoni have been talking about me. So I ignore it. I move on. I go throughout the day unbothered because y'all are talking about me, but nobody wanted to work about it. After I heard that, I was just like, forget it. And just let them keep talking they talk. But fast forward maybe a week or two later, prom was coming up. And Snake had said he was taking me to prom. Mind you, me and Snake are talking at this point. We're like damn near dating at this point. But he was actually taking me on dates. So we were technically dating. We weren't together, but we were dating because he was taking me on dates. But that story's for a different, I'm going to do a part 2 about this on how he played me throughout that whole talking stage. We're going to get to that in a part 2. But prom time comes around and he had already told me, hey, I'm going to go in this friend group that we had already set up before we started talking. I was like, okay, cool. That's fine with me. I'm going to still be around you, though. And he said, yeah, we're still going to, like, go together, but not go together. And I was like, okay, cool. So I got a matching dress with his suit and tie and everything. At some points, he was saying, like, yes, you can go with me. Or he asked me at one point, do you want to go to prom with me? And I said, yes. And then he said, okay. And then like a week before prom, he said he was going with his friend group. So he was like flip-flopping the answer. So I was like, am I going with you or not? So he went in the friend group with him, his best friend, and then the third girl in the friend group, which I haven't given a name because I'm going to give her the name Parsley because, I don't know. She just gave me very green vibes. And she was the cool one. Like, she wasn't on that type of timing, like talking about me and stuff like that. So I was cool with her. But it was Snake, his best friend, Parsley, and Salt. So Salt was in the friend group and I didn't even know. he had failed to mention that to me somehow. So Snake's best friend and Parsley like each other. So they was gonna go to prom together and like separate the friend group. So Snake and Salt was like, oh, hey, why don't we just go to prom together since them two are going to prom together and we were in a friend group.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And he failed to mention that to me, that they were going to prom together. And he did it on purpose. Like, he said, oh, it happened the night before. No, it didn't. You been knew this. This was the thing that I even asked his best friend. And he said they figured that out like a week before that. And I was like,
If 2 + 2 is 4, right? And 5 + 5 is 10. Okay. What the fuck is this?
and he tried to play me like I was stupid. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, I know what's going on here. How I originally heard that they was going to prom together wasn't from him. It was because Salt was whispering in cosmetology lab. She was getting a manicure by Pepperoni. And they was talking back and forth. And I was all the way in the back of the room. But my two like besties in my cos lab, they was sitting like near her a little bit. So she was speaking loud enough for my two friends to hear. And she was doing it on purpose. She was doing it to be petty. Because she wanted them to hear and she wanted them to tell me what they said. So she's whispering to Pepperoni, or not even whispering, she's talking at a normal tone to Pepperoni, saying that, oh yeah, I'm going to prom with Snake, and we got matching dresses and suits and everything. And I'm like, when my friends heard that, they both immediately texted me in the group chat and was like, do you know that Salt is going to prom with Snake? I said, no, I didn't know that. But at that point, that was my last straw. I did not want nothing to do with him no more after that, because it was just too much going on. So I texted him and I was like, so you're going to prom with Salt now? Is that the thing? And he said, well, we just came up with that plan last night. And since my best friend is going to prom with Parsley, then me and Salt can go together. And I'm like, okay, but you told me that we were going to prom together. And we're about to be dating at this point, and you took another girl to prom and didn't even tell me. That was the last straw. That made me mad, and I was not having it with him. So I chewed him out about that. Like, it wasn't really a chew out, but like, I told him about himself, because that's not okay. And at that point, I was fed up, so I wasn't even really talking to him like that, because that was just grimy. So they go to prom together. That was that. I went with one of my besties from the cos lab, and she went with her boo, but I was still like, we were on a, it's like I was third wheeling. I hated that, because every time a slow dance came on, they was dancing, and I didn't. Fast forward maybe a couple days after that, I wasn't really mad at Salt really like that, because obviously she wasn't mature enough to handle the situation, so I can't really be mad at that. So I just didn't have that to do, so I was just ignoring the whole situation. And at this point, I still don't know why she was mad or what made her upset. And I think she thought that I told him that she liked him or whatever, but that never came out of my mouth. I never told him that. But I didn't know what was wrong with her. I wanted to have a conversation with her to see what was going on. So I texted her on iMessage. I was like, hey, can we talk in the dispensary, which was like a closed off area where we can shut the door and have a conversation. That's where all our supplies and stuff was. So I was like, hey, can we have a conversation in the dispensary so we can like get things cleared up because I don't want no type of animosity. And I don't even know what I did. And guess what she did? She blocked me. Before, and this is not even just like, oh, she blocked me right after I sent the message. No, she blocked me before I sent that message to her. Like, come on. Then I was like, okay, let me see if she blocked me on Instagram. Text her on Instagram, copy, paste, same thing. She blocked me on Instagram too. Like, are you shit? Like, is it that serious? Is it really that deep? So, I said third time's a charm, and if she blocked me on this too, I'm gonna just give up and I'm not gonna talk to her. I went on my braider page and texted her off there. And she didn't block that page. So, I copy, paste, and sent it. And it went through. So, at this point, I'm just waiting for her to respond. Mind you, I can see her from where I'm sitting. And all I see is her showing the phone to Pepperoni, showing the phone to Parsley, laughing, and then talking about me. So I was just like, okay, she doesn't want to talk, obviously. She's texting me back, and she said, no, period. I said, okay. I just thought it was so funny, but she thought it hurt my feelings. I think that's what it was. She thought it hurt my feelings, but it didn't. So she says that, but this girl that we were mutually friends with, she wanted me to have a conversation with her to fix things. So she brought Salt into the room, but Salt, Pepperoni, and Parsley. Mind you, Parsley didn't say anything barely the whole time. It was mainly just Pepperoni talking. Y'all may be wondering, why isn't Salt talking? She's the one that's mad. I could ask you the same question and you wouldn't know. Like, Pepperoni is literally talking for her. I'm asking Salt, what's wrong? Like, what did I do? And I'm explaining to her that our mutual friend told me that this is the reason why, so I automatically assume it's that. So she said, no, it's not that. And she got an attitude, and she doesn't have attitudes. Salt is a sweet person. I'm not gonna lie. She's a very sweet person. But she had an attitude with me, so I didn't appreciate that. I didn't at all. But I was like, okay, she can have her little attitude. And then Pepperoni's telling me what's going on and stuff like that. But she got the worst attitude out of the bunch. Out of all the Powerpuff Girls, she got the worst attitude. And when I tell y'all, I almost fought her because of her slick ass mouth. I almost put the paws on her. I almost laid her out on the floor. Because she had an attitude while she was telling me what was wrong with Salt. But I wasn't stunting her attitude. So I was just like, okay, you can have an attitude. But literally, this has nothing to do with you. You jumped into the drama. This had nothing to do with you. So why are you mad? Like, what? So I'm walking out of the dispensary. And she said, and I'm going to try to find all the receipts for the messages and everything. And I'm going to put them right here. She yelled out the dispensary door while I was walking out. She said, and you want to make TikToks about people, but can't talk about it to our face. I was like, for one, I know you are not talking about saying stuff to people's face. Because y'all been talking about me for the past 3 weeks. 3 weeks over a boy. And I don't even know what Pepperoni's mad about. She's mad because Salt's mad. Like, how much of a sheep do you have to be? How much do a follower you have to be to get mad because somebody else is mad? Now, does that make sense? No, it doesn't. She yells that out, and I'm like, I know you're not talking. I didn't say any of this to her. I was saying this in my head. I'm just like, I know you're not talking after you were talking about me for 3 weeks. And This is the TikTok that they were talking about.
Do you think I have time for this?
Yes, you have time for this.
No, I don't.
And yes, I made a TikTok because it's mind-blowing how childish y'all are. Mind-blowing. So I have to let the world know. And it's not like the TikTok went viral or nothing. I got like 60-something likes on it. They did not go viral. The whole world did not know we had beef. The whole class didn't even know we had beef until you decided to scream at me. This is what I did say. I told her, I said, girl, nobody was talking about you. Even though I definitely was. But in the moment, I couldn't give them the satisfaction. So I was like, girl, nobody was talking about you. If you really had a problem with the TikTok, you should have came to me and said something about it. Instead of talking about me behind my back. And then I just ended up walking away after that. Because I wasn't about to get kicked out of cosmetology school because you're mad over a boy. Like, you're mad over a boy. This beef is one-sided. You're the only one that's mad. I'm not mad. For one, I wasn't mad because I had him and you didn't. And for two, I wasn't mad because the fuck do I look like getting mad at because he took you to prom? Like, I was irritated, yeah, because you didn't say nothing about it. But what do I look like staying mad? And then after that whole situation, Pepperoni just ended up being the mad one. She was mad for the rest of the school year. Even though we only had 2 months left and I wasn't going to see you anytime after that. You're still mad, but okay. And then Salt tried to become back friends with me. She was trying to act all cool with me. And yes, I did act cordial back because I'm not trying to have no problems with nobody. So yeah, I was cordial, but what do I look like becoming friends with somebody who got mad at me over a boy and didn't even tell me, but proceeded to talk about me behind my back? What do I look like? It's very manipulative. And absolutely not. I don't know. But we were cordial. We wasn't talking about each other no more because I wasn't talking to him and she wasn't talking to him. So everything was, I guess, back cool again. Like, what? Parsley, she really didn't have a big role in this because she wasn't really being shady or nothing like that. So, not that I know of, at least. So yeah, that was the end of that story time. Moral of the story, don't have friends. Like me. It's like, nah, do what you want. But the first red flag you see, get out of it because it's just gonna get worse, I promise. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And turn on the post notifications so you can become a Pooh Bear. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's day, and peace.
10:30 more later than drop them drawers. I know what you want. I ask myself, is this shit real?